Welcome back, Rainbow OMG Tribe. We have been incognito, and for good reason. Sometimes when it rains, it frickin' pours, baby, and that is exactly what we've been going through. So, we went away on holidays and we came back and we had a lot of information to integrate. And then our business, we decided that it was time to, you know, just put down the tools, stop fighting an uphill battle. Um, yeah, it was just becoming more difficult than it was enjoyable. And then um, I suffered a minor heart attack, and that was scary. And it turns out I'm dealing with hyperthyroidism, not hypo, but hyper. And so I have been just down in the trenches and trying to keep my heart from palpitating. And, you know, that means cutting out a lot of things in your life. And it means just really cutting back on the amount of work you're doing and resting and rejuvenating, which is something that I've learned I am not that good at. And then my husband fell in a hole and broke his foot. So, yeah, it's kind of been like a bit of a roller coaster. And, as much as I could be freaking out about, what's our next move? Where do we go from here? And still kind of processing and grieving the loss of our business. I'm actually just like learning to be okay with the change. And I think that that's something that's, not often talked about, is like the only constant in life is change. So just get used to riding those waves of feeling up and down and everything in between. I've managed to get since cutting out sugar and carbs, which is like the hardest thing because those are the comfort foods, right? I've managed to get my heart and blood sugar levels stabilized, and just doing lots of supplementation with things like ashwagandha. But it was scary, I just like all of a sudden felt all of my organs freaking out and all of my limbs going numb and my heart racing, and I couldn't slow it down, and I thought I was leaving my body. And so I took my shoes off and I got on my hands and knees on the ground, and I just asked my husband to rub my back while I did some really deep breathing. And we got through it, but it was very exhausting and draining. And so, I know that my life is being turned upside down right now, and I'm okay with that. I keep saying to my husband, like, I think this is life just refining us to the life that we actually want to live, the life we actually want to, be immersed in. And at the moment, that picture's not clear. And we have an idea about where we want to go and what we want to do, but we're still like, you're never sure of how the process is going to go. And so we're just staying open and staying fluid. And I have been just kind of calmly and gently nourishing myself and just saying little things to kind of keep my spirits in a good place. And it's like, what I say is, I hold the space for miracles to take place. And I create, and so that's kind of been like one of my little mantras. I hold space for miracles to take place because I really live for that miracle energy, and I know that there are greater things on the way, things that I've been waiting my entire life to do, and I know that they are just around the corner and just on the precipice, and we are just a moment away from experiencing everything we've wanted to. I can't have a lick of your ice cream as much as I would love to. I totally can't. Don't tease me like that.
I just want to know.
Oh, you're so kind, though. I really love that. I just can't.
Maybe that's a matter.
Yeah, maybe later. um, so yeah, I've just been kind of calmly, but like, even though my life is being turned upside down right now, I feel so calm and cool and collected about it, and I really am just like, life, universe will push us in the direction that it sees fit for us, and that we like, So, we've got some ideas stirring in the background, and it's just kind of like today I was harvesting the last harvest, and I was just feeling total like through this whole, change of business shutting down and getting sick and husband breaking his foot. It's kind of the universe just forcing a rest, forcing us to recalibrate, forcing us in a new direction, and I'm just open to that flow, and I really welcome it. And so, yeah, we've got some ideas stirring in the background, but I know that life is about to get like, drastically different, immensely different. And I don't want to give too much away until we have some concrete things to talk about. But today was the last harvest, and I was harvesting veggies, and I'm just pulling up like these 400-gram carrots that are a foot long, and they're just the most epic, beautiful, organic carrots. And I'm just harvesting these massive bok choys and these epic bundles of coriander, and I'm like, you know what? In yogic philosophy, there's this saying that nothing's ever lost. It wasn't for nothing. I believe that every plant I touch and every plant I've planted feels my energy and will grow the most fertile fruits and medicines, and the hand that touches the seed feels that energy, and it imprints it in throughout the whole tree, throughout the fruit, throughout the roots, throughout the entire thing. And so we are powerful beings, don't forget that. But I just was like, yeah, we put our heart into absolutely everything, and even though it wasn't received the way we had anticipated it, I know that I still came from my heart, and I gave it 110%. And that at the end of the day, I look around and I just see I have literally turned this vacant block, like literally not a blade of grass, not a single plant growing here, into a permaculture oasis in 3.5 years. And that's including when me and my husband were doing in-home cancer treatments. So we had tumors oozing out of us, and we were still shoveling mulch, and we were still planting trees. And here I am at the end of another cycle, and I'm still planting seeds for the future. I just potted up like 15 beautiful Munstead lavenders for my neighbor because she asked for them. And I went over there and planted some elderberry trees, and I've just been giving away fruit trees that I've grown, peaches, plums, nectarines, because I still believe in creating a more beautiful world, and I will always be walking towards that. I will always be working towards that, no matter where I am or what I'm doing. Part of my purpose here is just being, and in my being, I go and take my kids, and we collect tree seeds, and we grow things, and we gift things, and we guerrilla garden things, and we just try to make, like, when I see a vacant block of land, or I just see a blank canvas waiting to be filled with colorful trees, and even after I'm gone, and the bees are going to be enjoying these trees and these flowers, and whoever else lives in this area will be foraging the food that I've planted all over the place. And one day somebody's going to say, who planted these strawberries here? This is insane. And it doesn't matter if they know it's me or not. The main thing is that they're foraging food. Check. Well done. And so, yeah, like, I know, my life is going through some massive transitions, utterly life-changing and massive, and I'm immensely excited about that, even though I don't know the fine details, even though I don't know how it's all going to pan out, how the transitions are going to go. I'm just open and willing and receptive, and, it's like, how do you receive anything? You can't receive anything if your hands are closed. You have to be having an open mind and an open spirit and ready to receive those miracles. And lately I've just been really, I do a lot of like internal thinking and manifesting, but lately I've just been voicing what I want to manifest in my life, like out loud, just saying, I create the space for the miracles to take place. And, you know, I've just been actively taking a daily step towards those goals I've been working on for 6, 7 years, that I've wanted to do my entire life, like my yoga teacher training. And, you know, every day, I'm just doing a little bit more and a little bit more. And, you know, sometimes it's like I did 2%. Yes, victory, 2%, victory, total victory, right? Because it's better than not doing 2%, and it's better than not taking a step forward, and it's better, you know, and so I'm just celebrating these tiny, tiny milestones of like 2% victories, of gifting plants, of totally surrendering to the universe, because I'm like, you know, my heart's desires more than anyone or anything else, more than, you know, what my ego thinks it wants. And I'm open and willing to receive. And I'm in this process of letting go of a lot of stuff, of transition, of just kind of life being turned upside down. I am just letting go of so much stuff, emotional baggage, physical stuff. Like, I've just been giving stuff away to the Salvation Army bins, left, right, and center. You know, furniture to friends, rugs. Like, I'm just okay with wiping the slate clean. And again, you know, for me, it's like just this practice of detachment. Like, yeah, I know you've loved it, but maybe somebody else will love it as much as you. And so I've just wanted to touch base, and I'm sorry that we haven't been publishing more regular videos, but, you know, like, when life is turned upside down, you're kind of going through all the emotions, and I don't want to be projecting negative stuff on the internet. That's just, there's enough negative crap in the world that I don't need to add to that. You know, my whole purpose in life is to be adding to the richness and the goodness and the fullness and the excitement and the joy and the beauty and the fun. So yeah, it's, I couldn't really do posts for the last couple weeks because I've just been trying to get my heart right, and I'm trying not to disturb that. And I'm looking at any and every healing modality. You know, every day I'm just like, anything that my heart or spirit tells me, like, talk to your water, lay with a crystal, use the tuning fork, anything and everything. I'm trying to just recalibrate my energy and just keep shining my light into this world, even though there are days where, yeah, I've just been like, oh, I'm not ready yet. I still have so much to do down here. So yeah, I hope to be posting more regular content. I'm sorry that it's been a bit slow, but I mean, the nursery's still full, so we've stopped planting things like lettuce and bok choys for over at the farm because we're not selling veggies anymore. We don't need to be having a crazy production schedule, and that's just part of our forced rest right now and redirecting our lives. And there was this really beautiful saying I heard during COVID, which was, even though your life is being turned upside down, how do you know the side you're going to is not better than the side you're currently on? So, you know, and I was like, yeah, that's a beautiful way to kind of frame things, you know, like, it might be better on the other side of this. You don't know. And I'm very mindful that every time there is an ending, there is simultaneously a new beginning happening. So it's kind of like, when there's one ending, there's a new beginning, and there's that Vesica Pisces, and that's exactly what we're in before the next cycles emerge. So, you know, I'm just like, even though there's one ending happening in my life, and, you know, it wasn't for nothing. I learned so much, and I am so grateful for everything I learned, and every single plant I put in the ground, and every single person I was in contact with, and I got to share my energy with, yeah, I'm equally as excited and grateful for the next chapter of our life. And yeah, so we're still planting things like kale, coriander, spinach, parsley, just for our home garden and home use, and like our in-laws and, you know, like my neighbor and stuff. So we're still producing a little bit of food to share around, share the goodness, but it's just been one long ongoing tumultuous ending, and we are immensely excited for what comes next. And we're just trying to strategically plan that to the best of our ability while still being fluid and open to what the universe is kind of directing us towards. But I just know that I've learned a lot of skills during this whole organic farming business, and I've learned so much about plants. I've learned so much about myself. I've learned how much I'm a workhorse and how much I actually like get off on that satisfaction of like just landscaping a vacant lot. So life is interesting right now. We're kind of in this loo where we're not quite at the next place and we're not quite finished ending this place, but like we're kind of in between. And I'm cool to hang out in loo for a while, you know? It's like put your feet up, hang out in the hammock, enjoy the fruits of your labor, and just rest and, think about what you want next in your life. So I'm immensely excited for the next chapters, and wishing you guys all health, wealth, happiness, and abundance. And until next time, tribe, one love.